I'm Daryl Watkins and welcome to The Playing Field, where accounting is fun. Accounting, just like any other method of communication, relies on symbols and conventions in order to convey meaning. It is important to have a sound understanding of these symbols and conventions in order to know what the results are telling us. Knowledge is strength. And when you understand, really understand what the figures are telling you, then you can lead from a position of confidence and strength. When one has developed this understanding, suddenly the fuzziness disappears. And as the song says, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. By embarking on this exciting journey of learning and self-development, you have indicated that you are very serious about rapidly advancing your career and at the same time getting to grips with the language of accounting. The playing field focuses on the underlying concepts and principles of accounting rather than looking at the detail of cash books and journals. The way we group and analyze transactions in the various journals is naturally very important. The big picture provided by the playing field gives us a holistic view of the double entry accounting process. It is then easy to apply the system to any transaction we may encounter. The playing field provides a completely unique view of the income statement and balance sheet in one single graphic representation. Come and join us for a few minutes and see how debits and credits make up the balance sheet and the income statement, where transactions are coded and processed right here on the playing field.
Welcome to the playing field. This is no ordinary field. It can have any number of pockets situated all over the area. These are not just ordinary holes. Each one has a name. And they can add. Where do the values come from that they add up? From the balls that go into the pockets. Where do the balls come from? From the transactions. That's the way the game goes. Once you get used to it, it's actually quite simple. Hang in there with me.
Accounting is all about keeping track of business transactions. The aim of this program is to gain an understanding of the basic concepts and principles involved in this accounting process. The system that is used to record transactions is referred to as the double entry accounting system. This system was already in operation in the days of the ancient traders in Venice. The basic approach and principles involved have proved themselves over the centuries, and they remain with us to this very day. We will be using our playing field analogy to introduce the basic concepts of the double entry accounting system. The process of recording a transaction in the accounting system can be broken down into three simple steps that we here refer to as a round.
The transaction starts the round off. This one has to do with the company purchasing trading stock to the value of 1,500 Rand. In step 2, we create the entries. What is required for this transaction is to debit the stock account and credit the bank account with 1,500 Rand. And finally, we need to ensure that each entry ends up in the correct pocket. So here we have the two entries, both with exactly the same monetary value, but the one being a debit and the other a credit, and each going to a different account. That's the end of the round. The skill involved in the game is to establish exactly what the transaction is all about. Then prepare the entries that will reflect the intention of the transaction. And finally, ensure that the entries are processed to the correct pocket or account. The meaning of a debit and credit entry, and why pockets or accounts are represented like this and a transaction looks like this, will become clear as we move along with the program. Throughout the course, we will be using red to indicate debits, and blue relates to credits.
So to recap, firstly, what is the transaction all about? Number 2, prepare the entries that will accurately reflect the intention of the transaction. And finally, ensure that the entries are processed to the correct pocket or account.